Fiona saw someone move in the darkness beyond, a dark figure. Her eyes welled with fear. She was frozen to the spot. She watched as Bonnie delicately picked up an axe from a pile of logs.
And then that very same night, she heard it again, but it wasn't scratching. It was something else. Pam's stomach turned over when she realised what it was. How many rats do you know that knock?
Ian, poor Ian, lost his mind, didn't he? Threw me over the edge. Terrible thing, that. It was right that he took his life here in Merove. Fiona stared. Oh, did he? Welcome to episode 102
of Ghost Huns with me, Hannah Bitchkovsky,
and Susie Priest. Susie,
we need to do that. I think we've been
people know our names.
Yeah, well, not the newbies, and yeah, we sound really similar.
Yeah, we sound so alike.
How are you?
I'm absolutely fine.
Yeah,
thriving.
Yeah.
No, I'm not. This woman really pissed me off today. I'm in a bit of a mood, right? Just generally, it's Pez. It's time of the month.
It's menstrual
and look at it.
mental.
It's all over the fucking walls.
She's menstrual mental.
I'm menstrual Merove. And anyway, I came out of Blackfriars.
But you got your glitter on.
Got my glitter on.
To give good vibes.
Yeah, I really tried today. And actually, I was in a really good mood.
Great t-shirt on.
Thank you.
Love that. I love Scream.
Yeah, I'm basically Drew Barrymore.
Yeah.
Anyway, I was actually in a fine mood. I got a bit of a headache, a bit pezzy, fine. But then this woman was like, "Excuse me, I need to go to Southwark." And I was like, "Right." I was like, "Okay, well then you're coming out of the right exit then." She went, "No, but I need to go to Southwark." And I was like, "Yeah, it's just over there." And she went, "Yeah, but we're on a bridge." And I was like, "You are on a bridge, yeah, and you're going out the right way, so you've nailed it." She was like, "Okay, and what about Fleet Street?"
Gonna nail you in the fucking head.
Fleet Street, if that's what you want, Fleet Street's the other way. Which one do you want, Fleet Street or Southwark? She was like, "Well, I don't want Fleet Street. I want Southwark." And I was like, "I'm about to push you into the fucking Thames."
You're nicer than me. I would have gone to know. Don't speak English.
Yeah, no, lo say. So that, you know, when you try and help a stranger and you're like, "This is my good deed for today. I'm going to pat myself on the back for being a really lovely person." And then I was like, "I'm going to murder her."
Yeah, she sounds like a twat.
Yeah,
I've just seen a robbery.
Have you?
Yeah, in Waitrose.
What happened?
Well, I was getting my meal deal, and
I like a meal deal.
There were
You
these
had Quavers, and I had
Quaver. Oh yeah, did I not offer you one?
No, it's one of those days where we need our snacks.
I'm so sorry.
Don't apologise.
Why did I not offer you a croissant?
I was stuffing my face with salmon. No, I had salmon in my gob.
So sorry. Quaver is one of the best crisps, in my opinion.
Yeah, they look delicious. Prawn skips.
Skips are good.
Skips are good. They melt on the tongue, don't they?
I also like salt and vinegar McCoys.
Oh yeah, and potatoes.
Now
that I've appropriated the Irish culture.
Oh yeah.
Potatoes
By
are not my
taking one of the men.
Yeah, exactly. One of them men is mine.
All the Irish women are like, "You've taken our fucking men."
Yeah.
You are.
He's taking a nice cock, man.
A nice cock. She's taking a good cock. Look at her taking cock over there.
Don't, Hannah.
Banging on the side.
But said in a Carrick accent. I've also, I think, said that I don't do the accent and that I do on the podcast. This is my dirty secret because I don't think he listens. So.
No.
So let's just really hope he never does.
Yeah, imagine. It says quite. I mean, I don't care if Adam listens to any of this.
All right.
Because
I'm Adam.
What is it? I don't think he's ever been Cockney.
He is a bit.
He's not Cockney at all.
Oh,
he's
come off
so
it.
posh. Are you kidding?
No, he's like, you're right, Suze.
Okay,
Put it in the car.
George is met.
That's a good impression.
Thank you. It's a good impression.
That is not. I'm not going out with Dick Van Dyke.
You're right, Big Suze. Why don't you shove your bag in the car? Have a packet of paracetamol.
I'm not going out with Bert from Mary Poppins.
Yeah.
No, what did he say this morning? He said something.
Boy.
He's like, hello, it's me, Adam Green.
No,
that's what I. Yeah.
He's like, all right.
No, that is not it.
Anyway, me and Rosie off to the gym.
The dog, not like she's not a woman in our throuple.
You're third. So sorry, the robbery.
Oh yeah, the robbery. So I was getting my meal deal, I had my quavers, and then there were these lads, these utes next to me at the self checkout, and then they just started running out the door, and the one was like, "Oh my god, they haven't paid for their cheese and stuffing sandwich!" Not cheese and stuffing would be really weird.
That's disgusting. Let them have them.
Chicken and stuffing sandwich.
Let them at it.
And yeah, I've witnessed a robbery. I couldn't believe it. I was thrilled.
Yeah, I like that.
I love. Was it us? Oh no, I was out with my mate the other night in Stone. Love Stone. Hashtag up Stone. And we were there, and someone started fighting, and I looked around and I went at them because I was so excited.
Jones,
That's it.
It's a fight. a real fight. Yeah, it's
that
the
was
best
me.
bit.
That was me. I was like, I looked at them like, can you believe this happening? I was so thrilled.
Please, can we cut the episode here? Tim is outside. Or we keep this in.
It's like a bomb scare. No, let's keep it in.
Tim is outside the building.
We've sent him to the wrong.
Where is he?
Really good question.
Really good question.
I'll keep this going, don't worry. Our editor Tim, we've sent him to the wrong place because, as you can see, we're not in Spotify today because they're having a week off, which is nice for some. So
When
we've come here.
Wait, when you say where do you mean? As in like...
Good. The logistics. George has just asked, where's Tim? Susie went, when you ask, where is he? What do you mean? And George responded with, I mean, where is he? Which was utter gold. The logistics is great.
I would say if you poked your head out, you will see him. Do you know who Tim is?
He's got long hair.
Shall I go and get him? But no, we should carry on.
We should carry on.
Hang on. He's got long hair, glasses, and he looks like he would wear this as well.
Looks a bit like Jesus.
Yeah, Jesus and glasses.
Just go out, just to get out and go,
shout
Tim!
Thank you, George.
Wow.
Do you know what happened earlier?
Well, go on.
So when I went to the toilet in this fucking godforsaken shithole building, I went in, and you know that fucking man?
Oh, there was a man.
There was a really
I wouldn't be
pissy...
surprised if you told me he was dead.
Oh, he's outside the front of the venue, so that's not the right
It's not
place.
it, is it? No, we've got a real problem here.
I think, okay.
The wee door.
Hang on.
You've really appropriated the Scottish and Irish tone there, haven't you?
Fuck me up the arse. Tim Ghost Hunt. He's outside the main venue. So a little way up.
Do you prefer sex at night or sex in the morning?
Morning.
Oh my God.
Can we not? This is where my parents listen. I don't have it. Neither do they. No one does.
Morning.
Morning there.
Yeah,
Obviously.
I feel like I might start. I feel like I might start like a movement.
What do you mean?
I don't know. I'm just so sick of everyone being like, "Oh no, night times."
Oh, do you know what?
Do you know?
So
right?
basic.
Yeah. When I'm knackered and I go to bed, do you know what the one thing I want to do? Move more.
Yeah.
Exercise.
Oh my God, please.
Mental.
No.
Let me have a good night's fucking sleep.
Oh, it's so dull.
Yeah. Sorry, Mum.
Anyway, listen. When we got in here, not only had this fucking woman bit my head off about the good directions I gave her.
Yeah.
We then come here and we're waiting to be let in because we don't have a pass. Then this guy opens up the door because he has a pass, and then we kind of follow in after him. You know, you shuffle
If
in.
you'd have told me he was dead, I'd have believed you.
Yeah, but that's too kind. He had a fucking attitude on him.
Yeah.
And I was like, right, we're just coming in after you. Have we found everyone?
We found him. Hiya, Tim. Sorry, Tim.
Hi.
Sent you to the wrong fucking place.
Congratulations, you found it. Tim has arrived. We're keeping all this in, by the way.
Susie's just said, fuck me up the arse, which is
No, I haven't.
utter gold.
Anyway, so we follow this man in, and then we follow him into another door that needs a pass. And it was fine. We were all being chill about it. We're clearly
we were
not
relaxed.
on the rob.
All terrorists.
Yeah. And then I go to the loo, and the seat is up. There's piss all over it.
No.
And out loud, I just went, ugh, men. And I'm on, no offence, not all men, but fuck me, just piss
What a bastard.
into the bowl. And I know he's the only one who's been in there.
Yeah, because we saw him go in.
Because I fucking saw him go in. And he's pissed everywhere. And I'm like, you have a directional member.
Yeah. You
Directed
literally can
into the water.
Yeah.
And if you haven't got it and you missed a bit, clean up after yourself.
Yeah.
Fucking adult.
Completely agree.
You're an adult.
Did you sit in the piss or did you see it?
No, I swore out loud and then I went into the other toilet.
Yeah.
I was like, you've been brought up badly.
I know.
You
disgusting.
have a stinking attitude.
Yeah. And you just pissed on the seat.
And you've pissed everywhere.
Yeah,
well
gross.
done.
And on that note, shall I pick a tarot?
Yeah. Just fuming today.
Direct all this menstrual mental energy into the tarot.
Yeah, go on. What is it? Because I've got my little book here.
It's only the King of Cups.
Oh.
The King of Cups, guys.
Who is he and what does he want?
What is his story?
Oh, I've got it.
Oh, grand.
Here we go. Portrays a watery background.
And I am going on holiday.
Okay. In this position, it was upright, was it?
No, it wasn't. It was
reversed. Okay. The King of Cups reversed is bitterly holding a grudge or some hatred, which I am.
Oh, you are actually, yeah.
Yeah, maybe it's about the energy of this whole episode.
Well,
Withholding his natural propensity for forgiveness. This is actually quite funny. And blessing. This reversal creates an emotional vacuum around him and deprives him of serenity. His prodigious powers of empathy and compassion are wasted in favour of rehashing the past and feeling sorry for himself.
oh,
Dispel the storm clouds, admit the hurt, forgive and embrace.
wow.
Let the sunshine of peace and benevolence back into the picture.
All right, so we just need to stop being snarky bitches.
Yeah.
Right,
We
fine.
need to just
I
forgive,
can do that.
Forgive the man.
I
with the
can
piss.
do that. Anyway, would you like a story?
Yes. Well, actually, we've got a little theme today, guys.
We have got a theme.
Because by the time this is out, our Halloween show will have just been done.
Yes. So
Thank
we
you
don't
for
need to
everyone who
promote that
came.
anymore.
I think
We had a great
we really
time.
hope that we had a great time. But
Remember when Susie fell off the stage and then her pants split
yeah,
and then a tit fell out?
and Hannah got cancelled. Remember that?
You said Hannah got cancer. I was like, fucking hell, that's a bit much.
No, cancelled because she said a bad word.
Oh, God.
Do you remember?
No.
Oh, that was really awkward. Anyway, what was I saying? Oh, yeah. So, because our show's amazing, and thank you for coming, we've decided, because every show's a different show,
Yes.
we're going to tell some stories that have appeared in previous
past
Ghost Huns shows. It's like the ghosts of our shows past.
Yes.
And they're being brought to the life into the podcast, so they shall forever remain.
Yeah.
So if you did see a live show, you might go, oh my God, I remember that one.
Yeah.
And yeah, we're going to delve into our little pool of Hannah and Susie's
Imagination.
theatrical.
Because to be fair, these things take fucking ages, and I'm fucked if I'm not using it in every which way
I'm
I
quite
am.
proud of our creative talent.
So good, we're
I
so
never
talented.
thought, I never thunk it. I never imagined it.
Do you know what? I really struggle to write them because I need gratification instantly, and it's too long. I'm like a child doing homework. I'm like, oh,
Yeah, but yours are good.
thank you.
Go on, let's
Said that
hear
as a
one.
shame.
Let's hear one.
Good. This one is called The Woman in the Walls,
Oh,
which Susie heard every day for 2 weeks in Edinburgh.
oh, now I'm remembering. Oh, no. Can I go and get a biscuit?
Pam had butterflies in the... God, it's really taking me back, this. Really taking me back.
PTSD.
Pam had butterflies in the pit of her stomach while she was driving. First dates were so exciting. She'd been on the dating apps for a while now, but had only just found someone who might be worth it. Pam pulled up to number 6 Kingsmead Lane. She pulled a phone out of her pocket and sent a quick text. "I'm here," it read, and then she waited. But she didn't have to wait for long because the door to number 6 had been pulled open and she saw someone amble out of the doorway. Pam squinted and her stomach dropped. Was that supposed to be Raquel? Raquel's back, I'm thrilled. Was that supposed to be Raquel? She didn't look much like her pictures. Maybe Raquel was just a woman who knew her angles, but Pam wasn't the kind of woman to judge. Her name was fucking Pam after all. You wouldn't even name a character in a story, Pam. Thank you. That took so much effort for Susie to go. Because every day in Edinburgh it was like, ha, ha, ha. No, I appreciate you. Oh dear, it was a wildly unattractive name, so she knew what it felt like to be judged. She decided that she wouldn't do that to Raquel. Maybe beneath the bad dye job, inverted bob and dream map mousse, Raquel was the woman of her dreams. Pam waved at Raquel optimistically as she was about to cross the street when something caught her eye. She looked to the top window and saw a figure. Raquel never mentioned a flatmate during their many online chats, but that doesn't mean that there wasn't one. 2 hours later, Pam and Raquel were quickly falling in love with each other. They'd hit it off immediately. I can't believe you love Taylor Swift. I do too. How completely unique and unexpected. Pam squealed at Raquel over their curry night curries at JD Weatherspoon's in Hackney Wick. Wait.
This is so weird hearing this again.
I know, it is. It's weird. There was a point where I could memorise this off the top of my head. Wait. Raquel stopped Pam as she was explaining how cheesy beans on a jacket potato was her favourite meal. You like cheese too? That's mental. In fact, maybe you should finish off the sentence.
Yeah, I know. We should take turns telling each other stories.
Yeah, I'd love that. They talked each other's ears off all night long. They had so much in common, it was hard to believe. The only fly in the ointment was that Pam was pretty sure that not only had Raquel not shown herself truthfully online, but that she'd used someone else's pictures altogether. But really, Pam didn't care. Raquel had so many other attractive qualities, it didn't matter if she'd used the right photos or not. Who cared about the physicality when you had such an amazing emotional connection to each other? For example, Pam herself had a stubborn yeast infection she was struggling to shift. None of us were perfect.
Hashtag thrush.
Hashtag bad pH. 2 weeks passed by in a rose-tinted, love-scented blur. Pam was spending so much of her time at Raquel's recently that they'd already decided to move in together. It was a dream come true at last. Lesbians do that, don't they? They move in very quickly.
Yeah, love that.
It wasn't perfect, though, because late at night, Pam heard things. She wasn't sure, but it sounded like scratching from behind the walls.
Oh. It's a soft one.
Soft scratching. It's just a rat, she told herself. The scratching continued night after night, and Pam decided to bring it up with Raquel. It's probably just mice or rats or something. Don't let it worry you, Snuggle Bunny, Raquel had said.
Disgusting.
And then that very same night, she heard it again, but it wasn't scratching. It was something else. Pam's stomach turned over when she realised what it was. How many rats do you know that knock? See, there should be a big sound effect.
I can edit that in.
That'd be great. Pam sat up and screamed. A dark figure was stood at the foot of her bed. Her heart was in her arsehole. And she shook her asshole.
Her asshole.
Her heart was in her asshole. And she shook a snoring Raquel next to her. Wake up, Raquel, look! That's Raquel waking up. Raquel switched on the bedside lamp. Pam looked up, but the figure had gone. Baby, you're stressed out. It's nothing, Raquel had said. But for the next week, Pam felt someone watching her. She felt it in every room of the house. She felt that someone was with her, even when Raquel was out of the house at her job as Brown Owl in the local brownie troupe.
Like this.
Dib, dib, dib. Pam's nerves were absolutely shot to shit, and she didn't know if she could do it anymore. She loved Raquel with all her heart, but this house was doing something to her. It was made even worse when 3 weeks into their relationship, Raquel told Pam that she had to go away to camp for the weekend with the troupe and help them earn a badge or some shit like that. Pam would be in this horrible house all alone.
Oh, dear God.
The first night... Dear God.
Oh, dear God.
The first night Raquel was away, she heard something else. A phone vibrating constantly, over and over again. But when she looked at hers, nothing. She got out of bed and followed the sound to Raquel's bedside table. She opened the drawer and, well, there it was. A phone. Vibrating. Pam picked it up and looked at the stream of texts and calls on the phone, mostly from Mum. We miss you so much. We don't know where you are. Please come home. We love you. You've been gone for so long. What was going on? That was when Pam realised this wasn't Raquel's phone. But then it started. It was that incessant knocking again. It was that incessant knocking again, louder and louder. What was going on? She needed answers, but how when she didn't really have the questions?
God, so deep. So deep.
Got fucking Socrates over here, bitch. She wasn't sure how much more she could take of this. The knocking and the scratching got louder and louder, and then silence. What was that? She turned. A shelf, which had been previously rammed full of bits and bobs, was now empty and everything was just on the floor. How had that happened? She walked over to pick everything back up and she noticed a passport. Pam's fingers were shaking as she picked it up. Something was wrong. Her stomach fell out of her asshole. The face on Raquel's passport wasn't Raquel's. Dun dun dun. Her mind was spinning. Who was Raquel? Who was the woman who she'd been sleeping next to every night? And where is the real Raquel? Pam ran out of the bedroom down to the garden and grabbed the coincidentally readily available mallet. She made her way back to the bedroom and smashed the wall with all her might. She knew that something was in there. She swung and she smashed for what felt like when it says she smashed, I feel like she smashed.
Smash, girl.
A penis. Oh no, she's lesbian. Smashed a clown.
Oh, fuck.
Can the lesbians let us know if that's a phrase?
That's not a phrase.
Smashing the clam. What do you call it when you
clam?
What do you call it when you open up a clam? Shucking. Is that what they call it?
Shucking.
Yeah.
Like.
Is that? That's true, isn't it? Shucking and oysters. Shucking. You shuck them. Come on, let's go and shuck. Do you think that's what it is?
Let's go shuck.
Can we start that trend?
Yeah.
Those two are laughing like children in school. Shucking.
Okay, well, that sounds nicer than scissoring.
Well, scissoring is a myth.
Well,
I've heard.
by that logic, so is shucking.
No, because shucking's just mashing.
Isn't scissoring?
I think scissoring, you have to like look like a lobster. Why is it all seafood? You have to like get on all fours and do all like walking backwards and forth. You know, like when you used to do the crab when you were younger. It was like a gymnastics.
Like the
I think you have to do your bridge. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
that's
you have to go on all fours like a crab,
bendy.
and then you just throw your vaginas at each other and hope they latch on.
Latch on like a Venus flytrap.
Can someone please confirm or deny?
This is homophobic, I think.
Homophobic. I'm interested.
Yeah. Sure. Cancelled.
No, it's not homophobic. It's fine. I promise you it's not. She swung and she smashed for what felt like hours. And all of a sudden, there she was. The real Raquel. Mummified beyond all recognition. But Pam knew... Mummified beyond all recognition, but Pam knew that's who she was. Lol. Then she heard the noise which scared her more than anything she'd heard in the house so far. The front door, and a voice she recognised, but didn't actually know. Hey, Snuggle Bunny. Guess who's home?
Uh-oh.
The end.
Oh, very good.
No more shocking for Pam and Raquel.
No, Pam and Raquel. Well, you know what? I had high hopes for them, but...
Yeah, no.
Alas.
So Raquel has murdered. She's a big murderer.
She murdered.
Stunning. Have you got a story?
I do, actually. This is called Merove.
Oh, nice.
Okay. Fiona parked her hire car in the desolate car park of Merove Beach and squinted at the dark horizon. There was a dense fog. She was late. A voice from the shoreline travelled over to her. You're late.
Very good. You have got a very good Scottish accent.
You're late.
You're late.
Anyone Scottish would disagree, but I appreciate you saying that.
I just can you say it again?
You're late.
You're late.
You're late.
No, it's not quite there, is it?
Fiona jumped. I know, I'm ever so sorry. Delays. EasyJet. Wasn't easy finding the beach too. Have you been waiting long? Long enough. Right. Well, let me grab my bag. I'll be right there. I didn't expect it to be this cold. Fiona shivered and trundled her suitcase towards the dark figure in the boat. He held up a lantern and he wore dark galoshes and his hooded jacket shielded his eyes. The silver of his beard was the same colour as the sea foam forming around the bow. Bow? Is it bow?
Bow.
Bow or bow?
As in bow wow.
Of the boat.
As in little bow wow.
Yeah. Okay.
Not bow. Bow?
I think it's bow, innit? For boat, yeah. Okay. He reached out a hand. She couldn't help but stare. The veins popped against his crepey skin like dark, turbulent rivers, and his knuckle bones jutted out like little crags, making dark valleys around them.
What's a crag, please?
A little crag. A crag and a cranny. Isn't a crag like a little, like...
Nook and cranny.
Crag. Crag's like a little mountain, is it? It's a rugged cliff.
Yeah, rugged cliff.
It's a rugged fucking cliff.
It's a rugged cliff that I haven't just found off Wikipedia.
It's a rugged cliff.
Rugged.
It's a rugged cliff. Jutting out like a rugged cliff, making dark valleys around them. That's quite a good image, isn't it?
Stunning.
Jesus Christ.
Stunning.
No, I'll be okay. I'll manage on my own, she stammered. She thought of her favourite mug that said Boss Bitch in large Comic Sans. That mug felt very far from here.
I hate Comic Sans.
Fiona stepped shakily onto the rowboat. Her plastic Primark suitcase was lifted into safety by the ferryman. She shoved her hands into her pockets and grabbed instinctively for her phone. She drew it out. 8:56 p.m. She really was late. The boat jolted away and her phone flew into the water. Fuck, shit, bastards!
Oh yeah, fuck shit bastards.
She scrambled to the edge of the boat and peered into the black depths.
No.
It's best not to look down. Your device is gone, and besides, it won't work at Merove. Fiona gulped. Thank you. As the boat became engulfed in fog, suddenly she was dazzled by a bright light. The lighthouse of Merove Island. Fiona wanted to turn back. She had an urge to launch into the icy sea and swim back to shore and drive home.
I could turn back time. Oh my god, I've just had a flashback to me doing that last night on a table.
I thought you were being really clever and being like at Halloween.
No.
Because
I was
like, fuck, whoa.
No, but that, yeah, you'll know.
They will know.
I'm so sorry I interrupted, continue.
Fiona wanted to turn back. She had an urge to launch into the icy sea and swim back to shore and drive her nice humble Honda very, very far from here.
Civic,
yeah, I love cars and things.
a red one.
But the boat bobbed closer and closer. She grabbed the side of the boat and thought of Ian, her poor estranged brother. He'd left her this place in his will. The strange cryptic sentence was forever seared in her memory. And to my beloved sister, may the beams of light reveal what lies beyond Merove. The boat entered a small cave with a crumbling jetty lit by a dimming lantern swinging from a chain in the dripping ceiling of rock. Thank you for getting me here. I'll be back tomorrow in the daylight hours. Good luck, Miss Wilson. Fiona stared at the old man's expression. If she didn't know better, she could have sworn she saw fear. She also could have sworn she never told the ferryman her surname. Fiona clambered up the spiral stone stairs as a terrible nostalgia crept through her body. She shut her eyes and heard her and Ian racing up the dark. Fuck off, fly. Fuck it. Ah!
What's happening?
There's a fly. Anyway, she shut her eyes and heard her and Ian racing up the dark slabs as children, chasing dragons, running from ghosts, ruling kingdoms of fairies. And now she felt a terrible sadness and desolation. Her brother was dead, and not only that, he'd slowly lost his mind and murdered his poor, sweet wife on this very island.
Oh my god.
Fiona held back tears as she thought of Bonnie's last moments and how terrible it must have been. Dashed to the rocks below, her body floating out to sea, never to be properly laid to rest. She just needed to grit her teeth, brave the night, find what paperwork she needed, and forever be rid of this place. She approached the door of the lighthouse, its beams still silently blazing over the dark and choppy sea. A chill wind had frozen her to her core. The ferryman must have turned on the generator, and she was glad for that. She opened the door to the little bungalow and fell inside. She wanted to text her husband, but her phone had drowned, and her hopes of sleeping had too. She reached for the light switch, but nothing happened. The electrics were gone. And then it was as if something knew she was in the house. A sudden booming. That didn't make a sound. Booming from outside.
Boom!
A sonic boom.
Boom, 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 boom!
Shake the room.
I want you in my room to shock some more.
Ever. A sudden booming from outside. The lighthouse beacon had been switched off. Fiona's heart raced. She wasn't alone on Merove Island.
Rarely are.
She heard very distant whispering on the wind. She was sure that the grief and the circumstances of being here were playing with her mind. Fiona thrust her hand into her pocket and retrieved a lighter. Maybe the lighthouse had just timed out. Oh, fuck me, I need a smoke, she said to no
me
one in
too,
particular.
actually.
She lit her way through the dark kitchen and through to the master bedroom. She was suddenly hit by a wall of exhaustion. The long drive through the windy country roads, travelling back to her childhood home, a childhood filled with unhappy memories, the dread of returning to Merove, churning up ghosts from her past.
Merove. Merove. Was that good?
Merove. She collapsed onto the hard mattress, letting the darkness send her into a deep sleep. She jolted awake. She grabbed her phone instinctively. It was ringing next to her. Unknown caller. But hang on, she thought. Her phone, hadn't it fallen?
Oh, no.
Fiona's stomach dropped. She swiped to pick up the call. It was just static. Then a woman's voice. Fiona? Are you there? It's me. Bonnie. I'm outside. Fiona's heart was
Not
racing.
in.
Get out. Fiona's heart was racing. Her hands.
I'm on the bog.
Her hands were shaking. She groped in the darkness. Wow. Okay, we've gone to toilet talk really fast. You used to hate that, and now that's literally your go-to. You cannot help yourself.
I just think the word bog's so funny. I'm on the bog.
You've literally changed.
It's so rank when you think about what a bog actually is.
I don't want to think about it.
To refer to a toilet as a bog. Anyway.
Fiona's heart was racing. Her hands were shaking. She groped in the dark for the bedside lamp, but nothing. The electricity was down. Her hands clasped her lighter and she zipped it into life in front of her. Oh. That was Bonnie's voice. For some reason, she rose from the bed and towards the banging door. She swung it open and a cold, blustery wind rushed through. Bonnie, was that you? What's going on? Hello? Fiona's eyes darted left to right. She squinted into the darkness. No one was there. She felt like this was a nightmare, and then the lighthouse beam clunked into life. Its beam swept across the lawn and came to a halt. From the darkness, a woman in a long, white crochet dress with long auburn red curls dripping with rain stepped into the spotlight. The distant waves were crashing behind her at the cliff's depths below. I'm so glad you returned to Merove, said Bonnie. Fiona was stunned. It couldn't be. Was she seeing a ghost? She looked just as fair as she always had. Her eyes were gleaming and she was as solid and real as Fiona. Bonnie? My God, Bonnie, I thought you died. Bonnie chuckled. I may as well have. She said like a
She's lost her mind.
I may as well have been. This is my home now, and you're not welcome. But what happened? I grieved for you and for Ian. I don't understand. Ian? Oh, poor Ian.
Hang on, who's Bonnie? It's Bonnie Ian's wife.
Bonnie is Ian's wife.
Right.
Ian, poor Ian, lost his mind, didn't he? Threw me over the edge. Terrible thing, that. It was right that he took his life here at Merove. Fiona stared. Or did he? Bonnie twisted a ringlet of red hair between her fingers. Maybe I just buried him under the lighthouse. Set my finest Sunday dress out to sea. I don't really remember, if I'm honest. Oh. She smiled sweetly. Fiona's mind was racing. You see, Ian, he was penance. He had to pay for what you all did. I've waited ever so long for you to come here to see me, and now you're here. I don't like it. Not one bit. This little island should have been mine to inherit. Bonnie's eyes flashed dangerously. Dangerously. Fiona knew she had to keep her talking. She was terrified of what Bonnie was capable of. This is my fucking family's land.
I'm now from California. Oh my fucking God.
My fucking God. Get off my land. Or I'll get a gun. Okay.
Get off my land, my God. Sorry to the Americans again. And the Scottish. And the lesbians.
Land.
I'm sorry to everyone.
Get off my fucking land, please, okay?
I'm gonna fucking throw a matcha in your face.
I'm so serious right now.
Smash an avocado right on your head. Ever heard of a 7-Eleven?
I got a Glock. Not afraid to use that. Okay.
Woo!
We're back in. Sorry, can we get back in, please?
Well, we had to fit the 5 minutes of taking the piss out of Americans in somewhere, didn't we?
This is my family's fucking land.
Okay. Oh, carry on.
Okay. Scottish. This is my family's...
You may as well just make it American. May as well just carry on. This is my family.
Why can't I say it? Family. Oh my God.
No, this is getting close to cultural appropriation now.
How do you say family?
Oh, yeah.
Scottish.
Family.
This is my family.
Family.
This is my family's land. This.
God, we really went on a trip all around the world.
This is my family's. I can't do it.
I love bagels. Yams. Go and have a fucking rest on the sidewalk. Gather your fucking head.
Ah! Oh my God, I'm crying. I actually can't because I've got too much makeup on.
Ah, it's the glitter.
Okay. This is my family's land. We're just going to assume you fucking know what the sentence is now, right?
Yeah.
It always has been. It always has been. What? Oh, no. Wrong character.
Fuck's sake.
Sorry.
Jesus Christ.
Can we get back in, please? Okay. And it's Fiona talking, not high-pitched Bonnie. So
My name's Joan Coffee.
Okay, so Fiona's trying to keep Bonnie talking because Bonnie's mad and looks like she's back from the dead, or
And
is she?
American.
An American. So this is Fiona now. No, this is my family's land. It always has been. What are you talking about? Oh, I need to blow my nose. Sorry. Okay, we're back in. So, this is my family's land. It always has been. What are you talking about? Oh, the Wilsons, the mighty Wilsons, with their land and their servants. I don't suppose you remember my mum much. Your housekeeper. The accent's gone. Your housekeeper, you were just wee. She worked for your man Dan. Your dad, well...
Dan?
Your dad.
Oh.
Well, she trailed off. He had a real soft spot for my mum. So much so, she got a wee bairn of her own. Bonnie, she'd call her. But I don't think your dad liked that. Wanted to keep me a secret, so he sent us away from Merove without a penny. Gave her the sack. My ma begged. She pleaded, but nothing. Not so much as a little shitty trinket in his will.
So just to confirm, as we had before, this is incest now.
Yeah. So basically, Fiona's dad got with the housekeeper.
Right.
And then got the housekeeper pregnant and she gave birth to Bonnie.
That's right. So Bonnie is Ian's half.
Half,
right.
Yeah. But you and Ian, well...
Right.
You and Ian, well, you got it all. Fiona gulped. She grimaced as she thought about Ian and Bonnie's courtship. How she'd appeared in his life as if from nowhere. An angel sent from heaven, he used to say. It was as if Bonnie could read her mind. Oh, he was a sweet boy, Ian. I did love him. He was my ticket back here, and I told him what I told you right before. She traced a finger across her throat. And now... it's your turn.
Which finger? 5th, 6th, 7th, 11th, 12th? Oh no, she's not the product of incest.
No. And now it's your turn. Bonnie, listen, it doesn't have to be like this. I had no idea. I work in HR. I didn't even like my dad. We were estranged. I hardly spoke to him. No one did. He and your ma were very easy to poison. They were so greedy. They'd eat and drink anything. I noticed they didn't have many at their funeral. An unfortunate foraging accident. So sad. Bonnie started walking towards Fiona. But how have you lived here without anyone knowing? The ferryman, he must have seen you. Oh, he's seen me all right. He brought me up as his own to cover his wife's shame. He didn't leave her, but he did. No, he didn't leave her. He didn't punish her for sleeping with the Lord of Merove Manor. He stayed by her side until she died.
Wow.
And they lived like beggars. I think he's a little frightened of me, but he brings me enough to live. His secrets and shame are mine too.
Oh.
Fiona saw someone move in the darkness beyond, a dark figure. Her eyes welled with fear. She was frozen to the spot. She watched as Bonnie delicately picked up an axe from a pile of logs. Her graceful fingers interlaced the handle. Bonnie's expression faltered. The whispering had started again. And then the form of Ian stepped from the shadows. Blood was dripping from his neck and his skin was pale. He looked desperately sad. Bonnie whirled around to see what Fiona was staring at. "Be gone!" she shrieked. Ian looked at his sister. He slowly pointed at something by her feet. A can of petrol. Fiona knew what she had to do. "Don't you dare," Bonnie snarled. But Ian had gotten closer. Fiona grabbed the can. She upended its contents around the perimeter of Merove House and bolted towards the lighthouse. The whole island could burn for all she cared. She emptied the last and grabbed her lighter for the final time. She watched as Ian wrapped his arms around Bonnie's waist, and at a run, he plunged them head first over the cliff edge. With a zip, Fiona threw the lighter behind her and ran. The flames danced beside her as she fled to the cave stairs. As if the ferryman knew all along, he was waiting under the swinging lantern, ushering her to the safety of the boat. Without saying a word, without needing to, they sailed off to the mainland, Merove and its ghosts burning into the ocean.
Wow, very nice.
Yeah, that was quite a journey we went on.
I loved that.
We went from Scotland to America, back to Scotland, maybe to India, and then back to Scotland again. So everyone's welcome. Thank you for that.
I thoroughly enjoyed myself there.
Should we do a little creep of the week?
Yes. Shall I do mine?
Yes.
Are you ready for Creep of the Week?
Creep of the week. Bah, bah. Creep of the week. Creep of the week. Creep of the week. Creep of the week.
Sounded like you were rotting. Okay.
Rotting. Actually, I went to go and see some deer rotting with my boyfriend.
Oh, you big pervert. That's what we're into. They don't have that category on Pornhub, so we had to go live.
The thing is, you do think rutting's dirty. It's not. It's
dirty.
Deer.
It's dirty.
It's deer.
Not out of wedlock.
I'm living in sin right now.
Are you? Why? You've moved in?
No.
That's what living in sin means.
No,
Susie does this all the time.
Oh.
She gets sayings wrongs. Do you know what she's been saying to people?
Sayings wrongs. Says
She's been
fucking
saying to
idiot
someone.
over there.
She's been saying to someone, when you go out for dinner and then you go out together a lot, you go and do certain things together, so you're like, oh, I'll pay for this. And instead of being like,
yeah.
We get it'll all work itself out. Susie says, it all comes out in the wash.
Doesn't it? It all comes out in the wash.
That's not what it means. That's not what that means.
What comes out in the wash then?
That means it'll all be okay. It'll all be fine. At the end of the day, it'll be okay. It all comes out in the wash. After a little bit of time.
That's what I mean.
No, you don't. You mean no. I remember my mate saying, "You'd lose your head if you didn't take it everywhere with you."
I don't think. Yeah.
Yeah, you'd lose your head if it wasn't screwed on. But he was like, if you didn't take it.
The thing is, I'm so forgiving of people getting these things wrong that I'll automatically just make it work in my head because I get them wrong all the time.
What else have you been saying? Oh, for my money.
I say that right. I just say it a lot.
Oh, it's funny. Anyway, this is a Creep of the Week. I don't know if I can say your name, so we'll wait until the end. Hi, Ghost Huns. I'm a new listener to your podcast as I've only recently discovered you both through a friend of mine who recommended that I have listened to a few episodes and also think about sending one of my own experiences in when it comes to the paranormal. The next part is about to be very long. Don't worry about it. Also, this was sent quite a while ago. So now she's a fully fledged Hun.
I love that.
Thought I'd start off by saying the first 4 to 5 years of my life, I was raised in a house which was known to be one of the most haunted places in the area I live in. Everyone who lives in the town...
You just...
Can we please give the story a bit of respect?
No, you didn't.
Can you please?
By gurgling at it. You gurgled at her story. That's disgusting behaviour.
I was salivating over it. I loved it so much.
And you've now gobbed with your nose. Let's go back. So I'm in it. I want to be fully immersed.
Thought I'd start off by saying that the first 4 to 5 years of my life, I was raised in a house which is known to be one of the most haunted places in the area I live in. Everyone...
What area is that?
We don't know.
Oh.
Everyone who lives in the town knows... Would you want a full fucking postcode?
Yeah.
GDPR, Susie. Everyone who lives in the town knows or has heard of it before. When my parents first moved into the house before I was born, they were given a book about the hauntings of the house and also haunted places surrounding the area we live in. Remember this bit, it's important. I could talk about mine and my family's experiences in that house for ages. However, I want to talk about an experience I had while I was in my last year of primary school when I was around 10 or 11 years old. Okay. The primary school I went to while growing up could be described as being in the middle of nowhere. It was a 10 to 15 minute drive away from the town I live in. My primary school used to make all students do something called the morning mile, where no, fuck off. I would not be doing that. Where students had the choice of walking or running for the first 15 to 20 minutes of the school day. That's abuse.
That's horror.
Every day.
If that's the horror story, then
kids shouldn't be doing that, should they?
Oh, we used to have to be forced to run for PE.
Yeah, but that's PE.
I hated that.
Yeah, it was awful. Cross country.
Not even that, just like run to the fucking pitch before we start playing hockey.
Well, I didn't mind cross country because I'd go and hide in the bushes and have a fag.
Oh, God, it was the worst, especially when you're in your period.
Well, I was always on my period every week.
Wasn't it awful, though? Like having to do PE on that?
Yeah, I just lied. So I didn't have to do it.
There's some real horrific memories from school.
I think it's fucking weird that you made to shower together. I think that's fucking mental. We were. The PE teacher was a bit.
You're like, wasn't that? We all
did
that,
have a
right?
PE. I've told you that, haven't I? I've told you we had a PE. But it was IT, not PE. No, but you weren't made to shower together, weren't you? You had in individual cubicles, like a Nuffield.
Yeah, I don't really remember showering at school for my...
Like a David Lloyd gym.
We didn't shower.
Oh, dirty bastard.
Yeah, we didn't. I don't remember showering at school.
No, we had to shower together.
Why would you shower?
Because we're sweating. I don't think I showered all the time, but it is weird. Anyway,
maybe I think
like
I might
swimming,
suppress the
like
memory.
Getting chained. Like, why have I got to show my vag to everyone?
Yeah, it was fucking vile.
Like, why have I got to do that?
So much shame, wasn't there?
That's mental. Yeah.
And like, and back then, you're so fucking aware of your body.
Oh, you're so uncomfortable in your own
and
body.
And everything's hot. You just don't want to show anything. Like
now, I genuinely couldn't give a shit.
Yeah.
But then, like now, I'll get changed in front in the living room sometimes when Adam's asleep, and it is just a big wide window onto the train tracks, and everybody gets an eyeful of my labia.
Oh,
let me tell you. Oh, I've booked in a wax.
Oh, that's nice. Should we carry on then?
Sorry. Students had the choice of running for the first 15 to 20 minutes of the day. It used to take place on the school playground or the school field, both overlooking the road and all the farmers' fields. During the morning mile one morning, it was autumn time, I believe, I had chosen to walk it with 2 of my close friends. We were all minding our business and talking away to one another while doing laps around the playground, which, as I said earlier, overlooked the road and the fields. We were all talking to each other like any other day. However, we'd all gotten distracted from our conversation by what was standing on the road outside our school. It was a tallish, sort of smoky-looking silhouette. I remembered it looking like it was female, but I'm not all too sure because I didn't see the face. And then, not even 2 seconds later, a car drove by, making the figure sort of disappear. The 3 of us all turned our heads back round to one another with our mouths wide open. We were freaking out just a bit over what we all just saw, not too sure on how I should react, and silently asking each other if we all saw the same thing, and it turns out we did. We went and told a few other people in our year group at the time, as we were frightened and wanted to tell people about what we saw, but we just got laughed at and made fun of as no one believed a thing we were saying. However, we knew it was true, as we all saw the same figure standing outside on the road, on the other side of the school fence. A year later, the 3 of us started secondary. I drifted with one of the girls who experienced the same thing as me after leaving primary. However, I stayed close with the other girl as I'd known her since I was really young, and we've always been a part of each other's lives. In secondary school, age 11 to 12, it was also when I really started to show a massive interest, I really started to show a massive interest in the paranormal and thinking about my old house and all the things I'd experienced along with my family. I'd asked my dad if he knew anything else about where we used to live, and in response he gave me a book which spoke about the hauntings of my old house, as well as places around it which are also haunted. He told me he'd got given it to him when him and my mum first started living in the house, which was haunted. I read through the first few pages, reading about the history of the house and why it's haunted before reading about the other places I live nearby. In the book, there was a short paragraph talking about this area surrounding my primary school. The book states that there is a huge white apparition which basically wanders around the area. As soon as I read it, it all sort of clicked, and I started jumping to conclusions. It's also been over 4 years since I made this connection. Me and my friends are now 16 going on 17, and I've also only just told my friend that what we all saw was most likely a spirit. And what we all described also fit the description of the spirit described in the book. I don't know why I kept it a secret all these years. I thought it was something I dreamt or something my brain remembered weirdly. But when I brought it up to my friend, she knew exactly what I was talking about. It shook us both up. Grainsby is a 5-minute... Grainsby, there you go. Grainsby is a 5-minute drive away from where my old primary school was. Pear Tree Lane was also maybe a 2-minute drive away from my school. In all honesty, I really have no clue if what we saw was what has been spoken about in the book, but I thought it was a cool and spooky story to tell, and also a coincidence that the book has mentions similar to mine and my friend's experience. And then she's sent in a picture of a paragraph in a book which reads, there are stories of a woman in a dark cloak who runs around the road in Pear Tree Lane, Utterby, and a huge white faceless apparition who haunts one of the roads near Grainsby. A man who has seen the latter was asked for his reaction. His reply was that he turned around and made for home as quickly as possible. Thank you, Ghost Huns, for reading. Lots of love. Heidi.
Wow.
Yes. So that's 4 people.
That's weird. When there's multiple witnesses, you do start to go...
I would question that, yeah. I think everything to do with...
I want to go to Pear Tree Lane.
Maybe we should go. Where's Grainsby?
I don't actually know.
Far?
Shall I look it up?
Is it far away? Yes, please.
Grainsby.
Grain of rice.
in England,
Bee.
which is Lincolnshire.
Oh, it's not too far.
It's not too bad, mate.
Maybe we should go to Pear Tree Lane.
Oh, it's near Skeggy. It's kind of like off Sheffield.
Oh, right.
Like east of Sheffield.
Oh.
I mean, I'm well up for going.
Yeah, let's go.
Thanks, Heidi.
Have you got a We Get Haunted so you don't have to?
Yeah.
Go on then.
You want one?
Yes, please.
Okay, shuffle the tarot.
Oh, God, she's literally making this up in her head as we speak.
No, I am not.
We've worked together for a long time.
Put the tarot that you picked back.
And we've also been friends for a long time now, and I know you very well.
Yeah. Now, shuffle those up, please.
Okay.
I want you to pull a tarot, and this is going to be interesting, right? Because this tarot is going to tell us what the show was like on Halloween.
Good save.
Yeah.
You really pulled that out of your arsehole.
But this is really gonna be interesting because we're doing this in advance.
Yeah.
But when you hear this, it will be in the future.
Okay.
So the timelines are all over the place.
Okay,
It's a glitch in the matrix.
I'll buy.
Go, 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 go.
Bridget Jones.
Yeah. It's a real fight.
Oh, I felt a little like needle
Go
in
on.
my
What is it?
finger.
This is going to say everything about the show. What is it? What is that?
I've never seen that before in my life.
Let me
Is
see.
it like the One of Cups?
Is it a new one?
I don't think we've ever had that before.
Oh my God, Stan. Oh no, we have.
Oh, have
It's
we?
like a woman giving a baby up to the local Pied Piper.
It doesn't sound good, does it? Doesn't fill me with.
All right, so what would we call that?
The Page of Cups would have been perfect.
Okay, I'm going to say that
Is it like 1 cup? Two.
It's what?
Oh, it's Pentacles.
Love that. It's 3 of Pentacles,
Yeah,
is it?
I was going to make a
No
2 girls,
props.
1 cup joke, and I won't do that anymore.
Never do that. Oh yeah, here we go. Okay. It suggests, oh my God,
What?
you showcase your unique capabilities. Showcase. It actually says that.
Oh my God.
And it lets the world in on who you really are. This is a good time to seek recognition. Shut up.
Oh my God. I told you I got a little
It says,
pinprick.
why hide your light under a bushel? It does not become you to display false modesty.
Oh, when have we ever ever displayed false modesty.
Oh my God, it's traditionally the card of genius. Here we usually see a master craftsman conferring with his masons on the installation of a beautiful stained glass window in the cathedral.
Oh, I'm thrilled.
Oh my God, it's like talent and productivity.
Wow, we're just going to have a great show.
Guys, well, I hope you agree. Because
Hope you've had a nice time.
that's weird, isn't it?
I thoroughly loved that episode, you know. Stunning. Thank you so much for joining us. If you want more, if you can't get enough, head on over to www.patreon.com/ghosthuns. And that's all we have to say.
It is.
Until next week.
Thank you to the Huns who came to the exhibit last night, which would have been the 23rd of October.
Oh, lovely.
There was some real nice. Bobby was there.
Oh, lovely.
We've just had some real good Huns coming.
Stunning.
So keep coming, guys. And
I met some Huns last night, actually.
did you as well? Oh, I love meeting Huns in the wild.
Yeah. Oh, I had my hand read. I'll tell you about that next week.
All right.
Bye.
Bye, everybody. Enjoy.